everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a 12 by 12 layout, and before I do that I am going to show you how to get the layered look of my scrapbooking without using as much paper. It's important to you to conserve paper. You can do what I'm doing here, and you can cut out the middle of your layers. It takes a little more planning ahead. You have to know exactly what you're going to be doing. And if you don't have this Fiskars trimmer where you can move the blade, wherever you want to cut, you can use a ruler and a craft knife instead. As you can see, I am just cutting out the centers of these pieces of paper after I trim them down to the right size. And I'm simply leaving an inch border around the edges so I have enough room to put down my adhesive, which is what I'm going to do now. So adding adhesive to the inside edges on all four sides. And now I'm just centering it. Putting down that layer. And again, I'm going to be adding adhesive to the inside edges, all four. And putting down the next layer. Now you see what it looks like. And now this is my top layer, the layer that's actually going to be the background of my page on which I'm going to put all my elements. So I'm going to trim it down to size, but I'm not going to cut out the middle. So I'm going to move ahead and go on with the layout, but if it's important to you to save your paper for whatever reason, but you like the layered look of my scrapbooking, this is one way that you can get that look without using as much paper as I use. So I have got my background ready to go, and I am just matting some photos. And I'm going to trim down the mat. And then I am going to put a ribbon behind it across the page. And I'm going to cut 2 pieces of ribbon. And I'm going to glue them to the back of the matted photo strip. And then I'm going to wrap the 2 pieces of ribbon around the edges of the background paper so that it looks like the ribbon goes all the way around. And then when I'm done with that, the position of the film strip will be both the vertical center of the page and the horizontal center of the page. So it's going right in the middle, which is something I don't normally do in my scrapbooking, have a completely symmetrical page like this. But I wanted my page to kind of look like a pyramid when I was finished. So I've wrapped the 2 pieces of ribbon around the back, and now I'm putting Scotch tape on the ends so that they won't catch on anything. And I'm going to do some embossing now. This is half of a Jenny Bolin frame, chipboard frame. And I'm going to be covering it in Versamark ink and then covering it with gold embossing powder and heat embossing it. Aside from the background paper, everything on this page is white, red, black, or gold. So it has a fairly simple color palette. Now I'm just adding Ranger Glossy Accents to the frame, and I'm holding it down. I held it down for 30 seconds. And now I'm trimming it out with my craft knife. And I glued it onto Scenic Route grid paper so I could do my journaling. Now I have two photos that I've cut into squares that I'm matting on white cardstock. I just trimmed them down, and now I'm inking their edges with the Versamark Watermark ink pad so that I can dip them in gold embossing powder and emboss a gold frame around these photos. So that's what I'm doing now. Just going to heat it up and gluing them to the page. I'm sorry that the lighting has been going in and out. I was trying to fix a problem where my camera makes reds really overbright, but it didn't work, so I'm not going to try that again. Now I'm just doing my journaling inside the frame on the Scenic Route grid paper, and I'm going to center the frame on the layout. And now the layout has kind of a pyramid shape, similar to the building that's on the box of Chinese food that I have pictured there. Now I'm putting my title down on this ruler, and that will enable me to move it around the page and see exactly where I want it. I had a little sticky problem there, but it's easily fixed. So now that I know exactly where I want my title, I'm going to put it down, and then I'm going to add the second word of my title in these foil thickers that are absolutely gorgeous. I love them. They're really beautiful. You can see how they're shiny. And having white letters on a pastel background, that part of the title didn't stick out enough. So I'm just outlining it in a black gel pen. And that's it. That's the finished layout. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.